The must recount quickly in these next 2 minutes before the President is due to speak the events of the last few days. As you all know, on Monday evening, President Nixon released transcripts of a June 23rd, 1972 conversation, 3 of them with H.R. Haldeman, his aide in the White House, which revealed that he did indeed know the details of the Watergate break-in long before he earlier had said he knew of it, and that he had instructed Haldeman to see if he could enlist the CIA to try to call the FBI off from that investigation. It seemed to be an admission of what indeed was included in the charges in Article 1 of the House Judiciary Committee's vote on impeachment, and that is a charge of obstructing justice in trying to cover up the Watergate affair. Well, as soon as that happened, the leaders on Capitol Hill, his friends on Capitol Hill, his defenders in the House Judiciary Committee, among others, and those in the Senate, as Roger Mudd reported to you a moment ago, began hour by hour announcements of their dropping away from his support. That was the beginning of a headlong retreat from President Nixon, and the last chapter then seemed to be inevitable. That chapter began developing really this morning as Vice President Ford was called into the White House office, and the President sat down with him for an hour and 10 minutes of private conversation. Reports began flooding Washington immediately thereafter that the President would resign tonight, and it was announced that he had asked for this television time at 9 o'clock to make an announcement. It had never been officially said by either Vice President Ford or President Nixon that the President would resign tonight, but all the indications certainly have been that, and we've even been told that the President has an intention of leaving with his family for San Clemente tomorrow. Vice President Ford, it is reported, will take the oath of office at noon tomorrow, and will go on the air tomorrow night with his first address to the American people as the President of the United States. This is indeed an historic day, the only time a president has ever resigned from office in nearly 200 years of history. You see the White House there, and in the White House, in just a few moments now, President Nixon will be appearing before the people, perhaps for the last time as President of the United States. He is ready before the cameras and the microphones now, and we will be going in just a few seconds into that room where the President will make his fateful announcement to the American people. We're standing by now for President Richard Milhouse Nixon, 37th President of the United States.
Aeschylus and his Greek contemporaries believed that the gods begrudged human success and would send a curse of hubris on a person at the height of their powers, a loss of sanity that would eventually bring about their downfall. Nowadays, we give the gods less credit. We prefer to call it self-destruction.
30 seconds.
All right. In the summer of 1972, Richard Nixon had brought the war in Vietnam to an end, achieved a diplomatic breakthrough with the Russians, had been the first Western leader to visit the People's Republic of China, and presided over a period of economic stability at home. His approval ratings matched Kennedy's. None of his political opponents could lay a finger on him. He was about to be re-elected with the largest landslide in recent political history, and then he decided to try to cover up a third-rate burglary.
15 seconds.
2 years later, with impeachment an inevitability, rather than face the humiliation of a trial with all the damage that could do to the office of president, Nixon offered his resignation.
You're live in 5,